I just did a recording. Hey, welcome to the show. Weirdly enough, I see bar, so I'm rolling with it. I believe in you, Google. Do not mess it up. This is the most ghettoest of the ghettoest versions of the show you will ever have. Welcome to Mistress of Reads. I'm Ooh. I'm Ooh. I'm Ooh. I'm Ooh. I'm O. This is Ooh on the line. We talk.
Hello.
We talk about books. What else we talk about? We
Comic
talk about
books,
comic books. We talk about manga. We talk about
anime.
TV shows. We talk about just about everything, but we mostly stick to the book and the movies and the TV shows, which is pretty much everything I said in the manga. But whatever, rock on. Welcome to the show. Let me hit the button. So this week, me and Boo, we have something special for you. We have this Civil War review, and it's with the spoilers, bitch. So if you haven't watched it now, shame on you. Shame on you. We're spoiling it. Now, we also have a really, 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 really nice lineup because technically it was Mother's Day and it's the start of the month, so that means Newsy News or Geeky News, as it was renamed to the Newsies of the Geek Years. So we're going to have Book Geeky News, and that's for you as well. And it's going to be a good show, hopefully. So thank you for coming so much. We love to have you. How are you doing today, Boo?
I'm doing pretty well. Just chilling.
Did you get high?
No, I wish. I wish I was actually supposed to game today, and I didn't game. Well, I logged into the game. Two of my free company members got married in game. It was really cute. Pretty little wedding, but my character's still logged in, and I haven't moved her in like 3 hours.
Yeah, I noticed that I started smelling some weird smells near me, and I noticed that when I was on my jog that it's the beginning of marijuana harvesting season.
Yay!
And it's like the early harvest, the one that you plant in case of no rain. So I see a lot of like random like, you know, drug helicopter areas. So I was like, do I say something or do I just tell them to put up better? You know, what I actually thought.
They need to grow some tomato plants and cover that shit the fuck up.
You know what though? I've been seeing poppy lately, and it's like I don't know why people are going poppy.
A lot of things. One, opium revival. Two, since you can't grow wormwood here, I believe it's wormwood, to make absinthe. People have been using poppy to make liquors too.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that because I saw a lot of like old ladies. Like I thought maybe poppy was back in style again. You know how they have these phases with flowers?
Yeah.
So I thought we were doing like a phase with the flower and stuff, and people were doing the poppy tinctures, trying to get little, you know, buzzed.
Yeah.
Little ghetto buzz.
It could be an opium revival.
Possibly. So I don't have internet consistently. And I'm thinking that I need another provider. And the problem is with the Sacramento area, there's like TNT and like direct air stuff. And there's like Comcast, but Comcast is like not cost effective and they're super shady.
Well,
like a business even more shady.
Get one thing with them and not get the full package. There's only so much shade they can throw.
True. I'm gonna look into it because I'm tired of like. I feel like it's like the 1920s, and you're looking outside, you know, like you're running down to your friend's house to use the telephone because they have telephone providers because they're at the end of the street and you don't have telephone service. You know, it's getting bad. God, to where I'm like not happy.
Yeah, I only have cable internet, and that is it. That is all I really fucking need. And if I feel compelled to watch things, there's Hulu and Netflix, which is still cheaper than any fucking cable package. And for other rooms that aren't attached to a computer, there's a Roku. It's like, $30. And stick it into the USB port in your television, and or your HDMI, depending on which one you get, and blam.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's a good choice. Okay, so I'm gonna get into geeky news. Sorry about the little technical thing right there. I needed to vent because I feel like I'm paying for something and I'm not getting it, which is really, it's the fastest way to piss me off.
I would have yelled at them by now, and they would have had to refund me like a good portion, if not all, my bill.
I think I might. And I wanted, the worst part is I have an old ass modem, and I'm pretty sure they're charging me for that too. But anyway, we won't go there. So George R. Martin. What? George R. Martin has decided to post a chapter of a Fire and Song.
Oh, you mean the chapter that people have been waiting like 6 years for?
Yes.
Chapter one at this point. So, like, this is the same author that has taken, a better part of a decade to release his book, but at the same time, he finds fan fiction to be copyright infringement. Like, he has like his group of fans. I forgot the hell they call themselves, like white suckers or whatever the fuck, and they actually will go like and like carouse through like the fan fiction sites and stuff, and find fan fiction for Game of Thrones and report it back to him.
Well, I'm surprised people haven't gotten more nuts for this freaking teaser chapter. So if he's releasing a teaser chapter, does that mean one more year until the book is complete?
I guess.
Normally when you release a teaser chapter, you release it in the same.
Well, they have to actually like write away from the books now because the books in the show caught up. So they have to write the show away from the books now because his ass took too damn long just to release his book. And first it was a lot of promises of it's going to be out soon. And then it was, it'll be released when I'm good and ready.
I wonder if HBO is going to not do this again. Because people seem to be really, really freaking angry.
I don't think they're going to do it unless the season's completed. Not the season. Unless the series is completed, I don't think they're going to bother.
Because I noticed that there's like people have been talking about these hyper huge plot holes, and they've been going real ugly about this whole this R. Martin thing. I have like a rule when it comes to people, like when it comes to long series, if it's not complete, I'm not reading it. Yeah. And if you look like you're like 5 seconds away from a heart attack, I'm sure as hell not reading it for sure until you're done.
That's actually a common thing a lot of people were saying. It's like, we don't really know how long this dude is even going to live to be able to even finish this series.
Santa Claus looks like he's just a step away from the heart attack. And, and I don't want something bad to happen while I read. I know this is terrible. It's terrible on a lot of levels.
It is terrible, but I actually feel you. My all-time favorite manga is Nana by Awazawa. I'm going to always fuck up their name. They ended up going on a long hiatus back in 2009 at like a really pivotal fucking chapter of the manga and never came back. And they didn't die. They're still there because they're making movies now, and they've been releasing chapters of like this little mini series that's an offshoot of Nana. But it's like, just finish the goddamn series. We've been waiting. It's been 7 years. Just give it to us. And they've promised, well, I'll start up again, but they haven't, and it hurts our little souls. And they took the hiatus because of illness that was undisclosed. And we're just like, get better, but can you finish it? Like, if you can't finish it, give it to one of your assistants to finish. Just please. Just give it to us. Give me. But yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think that perhaps, like, because there was this one series. Do you remember watching HBO and they had that weird ass Carney
called Carnival? Yeah.
Did you like that one?
Yeah.
That never got finished, did it?
It was ended abruptly, if I remember correctly.
It drove me nuts because it was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
It was beautiful, and I didn't know what happened at the end. Was that a book? Sorry to
I don't know.
But I loved that series, and then it just stopped one day, and I'm like, what happened to the Cardis? Okay, sorry, it's off topic. We're having a moment. Just know that I'm not necessarily tired, but I am a little from the little like jolty run thing that I did today in my house shoes. Now I'm just like kind of like I feel like I should finish the run thingy, but okay. So we are gearing into 50 Shades, right? And have you noticed the creep and crawl of all the 50 Shades articles? For example, Huffington Post has, can 50 Shades of Grey turn you into a sexist?
Maybe like a reverse sexist against like, your own
getting
gender.
Off. Against getting off. Yeah. And it's like,
the first argument a lot of women give is, oh, well, she must not love herself to allow someone to abuse her that way and treat her however she wants to. And it's like, did you not read the
no,
did you not read it?
No, they didn't read the book. No. They really didn't read the book. I just...
It's not consensual. Read the book.
Yeah, read the book. Yeah, no. I think that part of the issue here that I'm having is that I noticed like the slow ramp up of... This is how I know that 50 Shades of... the next 50 Shades is coming out. Because you see a slow ramp up of these feminist sort of the articles. And there's other articles that aren't sort of feminist, pushing articles.
Well,
but
usually the quote unquote feminist articles aren't true feminists, because they, feminism is about equality, and they feel that we as women should be protected from everything, including ourselves.
Well, I thought that feminism was about picking your own path.
See, that it's part of it, but we can't, because we can't possibly make decisions on our own. Someone else has to tell us that it's wrong, that we want to be spanked.
Yeah, but I thought if you wanted to stay at home with your child and have anal sex or whatever and get spankings and have ball gags, yes, I realize this will yet another video that will not be monetized. Fuck you, Google. We weren't monetizing anyways, so whatever. But if you want to have all that happen, then that's on you. Nobody's forcing you. You're the captain of your own fate. You know what I mean?
Let your freak flag fly.
And be the captain of your own fate. But what it seems like to me, especially with 50 Shades, it's like a man can enter into a consensual dominatrix relationship, but a woman can't?
Oh, no.
I can beat his ass anytime I want, and that's fine. But,
that's why I thought the 50 Shades thing was hilarious, because it's like, oh my God, do you know what he does to her? It's like, do you know how many famous pieces of erotica have hit the mainstream and no one gave a damn because it was a chick doing the spanking? You mean
Exit to Eden?
Exit Eden, not only hit the mainstream, it had a Lifetime movie, and it had a movie with Dan Aykroyd and Rosie O'Donnell.
Then wasn't there 2 Exit to Eden movies? I thought it was 2. No.
Yeah, but one of them was a Lifetime movie. No one gave a damn about that. It was like, oh no, it's perfectly fine.
I don't understand what Rosie O'Donnell was doing in that movie.
I don't get it either, and sometimes you just gotta let it be. I love it though, because the favorite scene, it's actually the trailer, so people should go check it out. And the guy's like, I'm your slave, I'll do whatever you want. And she's like, yeah, paint my house.
Oh yeah, I saw that. And that really confused. Like, doesn't she end up with that guy at the end of the book?
Yeah, her and Elliot run off together, and that's another thing. If you actually read Exit TD, like actually read it and didn't do the watered down Lifetime movie version, it's anything goes. It's anything goes.
Give it in the Tafik and the
he dones. There's various acts of rape and whatnot, and no one was mad. But then, oh wait, they didn't read the book. So, whatever.
They didn't. They didn't read it. They really didn't.
Yeah, I actually read the Eden books back in like my late teens, early 20s. And that was some shit I was not prepared for.
I always personally really liked anything that was BDSM, purely for the sake of it tells people that, you know, you can live your life like you want to, number one. And number two, do not spend your whole life trying to be somebody that you'll never be able to do, just to embrace what you want. And I think that's a lot healthier for society. You know, we are Mistress of Reads. And we both did them at the same time.
Now, this is what I will say. You know, do I feel that they are well-written books? Not at all.
No, but it's a great world.
If you get off on that book and you get off on being dominated, ain't nobody's damn business but your own.
More power to you. Or if you're a man who enjoys that, or a woman who enjoys that, giving and taking, more power to you, just as long as you find a consensual partner who is not too emotionally freaking off the rocker to not be able to consent. You don't want to have anybody, you don't want any, you know, fatal attraction.
And yeah, honestly, like don't let anybody tell you how to get off. They just salty because they don't know how to get off.
You know, I think that part of that is afraid to embrace, you know, that whole Puritan past of America. People who are really afraid to embrace their own, therefore try to pull you lines.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find the whole thing uncomfortable. I don't like it. You shouldn't have to feel like you need to be with kind of somebody else's definition of what you brings you pleasure, as long as you can participate in that pleasure and you're not just on the sidelines watching.
Or as you often say, no one should fuck with your O.
Yeah, exactly. Your O is yours. You get so many of them in your lifetime. You know, you should not be denying if it's available to be had. All right, so let's move on to the next story. Speaking of magical O's. That was actually a good transition, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay, so a school principal, this is from the LA Times, but a school principal, an English school principal at that, says that Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings cause brain damage. Don't they know that they're causing an economical crisis in their country? Seriously, don't you know that literary genius is the last, you know, bastion?
Dude, like, isn't Harry Potter like their most like popular export or something like that? Like,
you know,
fuck with Harry Potter and Tolkien.
It's like a Canadian missing with Nickelback, Avril Lavigne, or Justin Bieber.
No one likes Nickelback.
Nobody likes any of those people. They don't, but in Canada, they're gods.
It's like a Canadian fucking with like hockey and syrup. That makes more sense.
Well, they know better than to shit in their own fucking backyard. So this guy says that when it's read early on, that it causes mental illness and it changes thought patterns. But you know what? There was an article a while ago that said that children who read Harry Potter were more emotional in touch at a young age.
At the same time, though, I think a lot of the books that are being required reading for a lot of these kids, like, we wonder why our kids are so fucking emo. Like,
actually,
some of those emo fucking books.
Let me cut in real quick and back you up. Whitning, the guy in the article, actually praises old-fashioned traditional literature, such as examples William Shakespeare, Keats, Charles Dickens, Shelley, Frankenstein.
I actually had my daughter was required to read Romeo and Juliet this year, and yes, I said daughter because I'm from Jersey, so get over it. And she was required to read Romeo and Juliet, and I wanted to talk to her about it. I'm like, so what do you think of the book? And she's like, they don't. I'm like, really? Why is that? She's like, well, I wouldn't commit suicide for any guy. I don't think any guy is worth committing suicide for. And two, I think that they would have brought this all the wrong way. And she like broke it down to me, like how that book went terribly wrong. Well, the play went terribly wrong really quick. And like, it really just came down to, she believes that Juliet was throwing a huge tantrum. And the more they told her no, the more she wanted it. And that just, you know, it was parents just not really paying attention to what their kid was saying. It is really what Lily's breakdown of the book was.
The funniest thing is that in the article, it's cited that the person who was like in the blog flame war with him actually cites the fact that William Shakespeare wrote Titus Andronicus, which the chick was brutally raped by like gang raped by attackers and then murdered by her father in some sort of, you know, messed up honor killing type stuff.
So yeah, it's like, you know, like Lily had to read a short story, the lottery earlier this year, and that really bothered her. That story really bothered her a lot. And for those of you who don't know, you know, that was, I think if I remember hearing correctly, that was inspiration for the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
So you know, then it's like if she didn't like the lottery, she sure as hell wasn't gonna like the Hunger Games. But you know, we already had our conversation of how I feel about Twilight. And that's not even required reading, though I have a bad feeling that 20, 30 years from now, that book's going to be fucking required reading.
I don't know, because it's actually a lot of the Twilight hysteria has died down quite a bit. I've seen on my Goodreads list many people rereading Twilight and they're wondering why they like this book.
Because it's a slow motion child services call waiting to happen. But
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, like, you see people who do rereads of like 20 years, you know, like 15 years later. Well, I'm going to read the first Harry Potter and the whole Harry Potter series, which we will probably be doing if we have time.
Lily will be joining you on that one.
So
it'll be the first time that she's gone through the books since she was really little.
Yeah. So yeah, to prepare for the new book that's coming out. So I'm probably gonna spend it's like 3 or 4 days straight through to read the whole entire thing. I'm probably gonna reread the whole.
The plus is going back to work soon is that school also ends soon. So, you know, if I can actually be awake during the day, kinda, and work at night. And not have to like worry about making sure someone gets to their online classes on time or whatnot.
So you're gonna work.
Yeah, it'll be waking up, going, it still isn't 10 yet. I'm going back to bed. Then getting up, having a cup of coffee, grabbing a book, taking my nap, and then getting up again and being social.
There you go. You got the whole entire thing ahead for you.
Oh, the last.
The last line of the printer of the article from the post, I think, is interesting in itself. It says a lot about Christianity in England as well. Um, Beware the devil in the text. Choose beauty for your young child. Children, excuse me, young children.
Beauty. Wait, are you talking about Anne Rice's Beauty and the Beast? Not Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty? Because that's erotica.
Because the William Shakespeare, John Keats, Charles Dickinson, some of those Charles Dickinsons were real fucked up. And Shelley are the things that he cited as good books.
Oh, even I was like depressed as a teen with half the shit that I had to read. I was in 6th grade when we read The Scarlet Letter and Tales of Two Cities, and it was so sad. And I'm like, why are you making us read this? It's so sad. And like out of all the books they made us read, like the only book I enjoyed was like The Three Musketeers. I still love Three Musketeers to this day, but like a lot of it is a really depressing shit. Like I'm sitting here trying to think of an upbeat book that Lily was required to read in the past 3 years, and Life of Walter Mitty was only really one. Oh yeah, the Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
She didn't read Life with Pi?
No.
Oh, maybe that's later on. Okay, so library attendance is declining. This is one from the HuffPost. So library attendance is declining, and they think it's mostly because people don't realize how much other stuff is actually at the library. Libraries have been actually getting rid of whole sections of books to put all these like dumbass services in that people may or may not use. Only a small percentage of people can use, but yet they still put them in like mad. And a lot of people don't realize that those are even available. So why are they taking all these books out and spending all this money to do it?
Well, another thing is that, it's also people are looking for more convenience now. And, your favorite books you can have at the tap of your little finger on your tablet or on your phone without even having to roll out of bed. Obviously, you can tell where I do a lot of my reading.
You can do that. There's a virtual library version of online for all libraries.
Oh, yes, and that's true too. But I think they're talking more about they want you to physically go to the library.
Yeah, and that's where they took all the books out. You remember they're putting I don't know if this happened to your library, but they took a whole section of the library out, and then they sold off the books or they put them into storage.
We have like a shit ton of libraries here, so I wouldn't be able to even tell you which one did what. I live in the city center of Vegas, so there's about like at least 4 or 5 around me, all within like the same distance of each other, which makes it even more annoying.
I don't know.
When I lived in New Jersey, we used to walk to the library like all the time. Same thing when I lived in Seattle. Like everywhere I lived at, there was usually a library within walking distance. Where I live right now, even though I do live in a major city, the library is actually really, really far. It's like 2 bus rides to the library. So if I can't pull it up on a tablet, I get bitter. Sorry. I do love libraries though. I do. But I do overutilize my virtual library a lot. Sorry.
No, I love my library. I to this day, I still love my library. It's within walking distance. I'm actually trying to get like property near my library, between 2 libraries, because I know that there's a hardwire. Like a lot of people don't realize this, but if you're close enough to the library, it's almost guaranteed that you have decent internet. It's like a backdoor.
Same node.
Yeah, a university too. You're near university node as well. Like it's a backdoor way of getting rural internet easily.
Except for here, because I'm near UNLV, and
they're sucking down all the stuff off your tubes, dude. That's why by the time it gets to you, it's already like,
yeah,
wisp of smoke. So there's a new series that's starting with kick-ass multicultural superheroes made by women for women. Sounds a little close to FUBU, doesn't it?
Does that
But
mean
it's
that
like,
Korea's gonna buy that too?
I don't know. I don't know why. When you look at it, like it kind of looks like just women with huge hips. They have huge hips, and I'm not. You know, hips don't lie. But it's like
I do have a
Azra.
problem with unbalanced women. Like if you got like some serious donkey and you ain't got nothing to hold you up in the front.
They have medium tits and then huge hips. Look at the picture. I think I put the link in there. Actually, you know what I can do? I can show you the picture actually pretty easily through the thingy because, you know, I am that.
We got fancy, remember?
Yeah, I know what. I don't know what happened, but we got fancy. We got fancy, yo.
We're
we got
so
some fancy.
I don't even know.
Sorry. Lily had to
She
finish.
was so happy. Yeah, she was happy about it too. Real happy. You know, but I just here's the hips. Those hips. Like there's a picture and there's the hips. It's a lot of hip action.
There is a lot of hip action. She's really bottom heavy.
Super freaking.
Really.
Yeah, super freaking. Let me present the haul, but
and I guess we should notice she has like crazy and like I guess I can understand like it's supposed
that
to
hair
be
though
that's down in a way.
That you know that weave though is on point. That hair, she got some real fill-ins there.
Oh yeah, so that weave is no joke.
I actually respect the weave. I respect the weave. Oh, it looks like they have every race.
Ponytail.
Video, I don't know. Is it gonna play?
Let's see for playing it.
I think so. We'll hear it though. Probably because I don't have any sound on.
That's okay. The lag is real. That's okay. Wait, scroll down a little bit because there's another one with like super weave.
Okay.
She got some lemonade weave going on there.
Whoa. Wow, I'm actually really shocked. I mean, we're actually
practicing really bottom heavy with really short torsos and medium-ish tits.
They have bought so much weave for these chicks. They have bought so much weave.
Real. There's like a village of like bald Indian women.
Like there's the only I think she's like Indian or something or Asian or something with that long hair, whipped hair. Like,
where do you think they get their weave from, girl? That's why it's a whipped ponytail.
From time to time, and then they're with new hair.
For those who don't get the joke,
they got the wigs.
When you get your weaves, get your braids, your lace up, whatever, and it's human hair. The human hair usually comes from India.
Though I've been seeing a lot of women of all different ethnic all ethnic wherever have been rocking those fill-ins lately. I've seen a lot of thick mats when I know it's not thick because I saw you last week.
You know, it's funny. Like my niece and my sister and my oldest sister, they will hate on some women in some weaves, and I'm just like, stop hating. You just mad because you ain't got the money for the sewing. Stop hating. Because if you had the money, your ass will have that Whip It Beyonce thing happening. So just stop hating.
Because that, weirdly enough, I bet you in 2 months it's gonna be Beyonce beat. Just watch. Okay, but she likes those more drummy sounds.
Wait, quote from Miss Nicki Minaj in Barbershop. if you want like Beyonce Destiny Child, that's $200. If you want, what is it? If you wanted, no, what was it? If you were a tired old Beyonce, that would be like 500. But if you want Beyonce and Jay-Z, boom, boom, that's gonna cost you a stag. Sorry.
You really loved that barbershop, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Common.
I can see, you know what? Here's the weird thing about Nicki Minaj in that movie. I could actually see her playing that type of character somewhere else. Like she has an actual career.
Yeah.
And I don't even say, because it wasn't like she was like, I thought of her as Nicki Minaj, but I thought the character itself was actually real.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something weirdly, even though she throws a lot of stank, there's something weirdly likable about Nicki Minaj.
You know what's really funny? Like I came back from the movie theater and I'm posting all over the place because I had to see the movie again, y'all. And I'm talking about my barbershop and I'm talking about my common. And the one friend I told you about whose favorite is a white girl whose favorite flavor is big black man, usually broke, but it's mainly big black man. And I posted my picture of Common and I'm like, that man right there, that's what I want. And
every day
she was the first one to hit that like button. And I'm like, oh no, ho, that's mine.
like Common, Common when he's full Common mode, like when he's had a little time, because he's getting older. I don't hate.
He still looks good. I don't care. Oh,
and he just needs that. And you give him a couple weeks to beef out completely, he looks even better. He looks even better with the hair, without the hair.
I like him better without hair.
Well, here's the two versions because we're getting fancy.
I like both.
Getting fancy.
I just love when like him and Eve are having out and he's just like, I'm only gonna be so many bitches. I was like,
You look at your lips and stuff.
Like he's like, well, she talks to me, and I'm sitting there like, Poppy, I will talk to you all day, every day. I'll read you the McDonald's menu. We'll find something to talk about.
Yeah. If you don't know already, there's Common. You see the abs there, the skin tone, the cheekbones for days.
Those cheekbones.
Like when he looks angry, he looks sexier.
Yeah.
Than when he looks smiling. And it's the problem is that he's really careful. That you rarely see him with angry face.
Yeah.
But
well, he seems like a really zen person. Like and like he's dealt with some craziness and like was it Serena he was with?
Serena.
This is little message for Miss Serena.
You get him back.
You dumb. No, don't get him back. It's too late. You dumb.
No, I need them to make babies because they'll be hella athletic. And we need to win some Olympics. We need to win some Olympics.
I make pretty high yellow babies though.
Yes, but we need to win Olympics. We need to win the tennis matches.
Fuck that shit. Marry me, Common. I make pretty high yellow babies. We've
been winning the doubles since Serena and it's funny how I totally forgot her sister's name, even though she was originally the big guy. Venus, isn't that crazy?
I like to know how
she has eclipsed Venus. Because Serena has eclipsed her sister.
Well, no, because I can't forget Venus because I think of vagina.
Not the best of names. Not the best of names. Okay, so let me present this to everybody. Okay, so let's get into Civil War 50 States. I took notes, bitch.
I did not take notes, but
I took notes. So let's begin with our normal way. Since this is a review section of the Civil Wars, and it's a review, we're going to do a spoiler-free section. 7 words, and I did not take notes, but who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Go. Go ahead. Captain America is a punk bitch. Done.
You have for double bitches? Okay. is as dangerous as Civil War. Dang it! It's 2 words. I messed up.
See, why you think I dropped the double bit?
It's better to go short than it is to go long. Okay.
Well, it depends.
So here's the thing. Civil War succeeded as a sequel movie. I think we're on movie. Technically, this isn't an Avenger Part 2, but technically it is kind of an Avengers Part 2.
Actually, it would be an Avenger Part 2.
Yeah. But it's part of the Avengers series, even though it's Captain America. So
I really... Oh, I can't wait to get to the spoiler section.
Okay, let's get to the thing. Speaking, it hit all the points for me, and I may have been, and this isn't me just flowing just flowing because I love them, I love comic books and stuff. This is me saying that in comparison to that hot moving lava of putrid rhino shit that was Superman v Batman v Superman, this was an amazing property, and on top of that, it kind of like that slow moving pile of filth that was Batman vs Superman actually made this look better in comparison. And I can even say that it was like anti-hype. It was like, wow.
I feel you on all of that. I actually felt fulfilled with this movie. I'm a little angry at individual characters because of the plot, just saying, but I actually do feel fulfilled in this movie. And I do love Robert Downey Jr. a lot.
Everybody had their own little parts. Everybody had their own little thing, and it wasn't like looking down on people.
I really, now I gotta mention this. I was like, why don't I see Gwyneth Paltrow? Where Gwyneth Paltrow at? Oh wait, I forgot. Somebody has been selling 24 karat $15,000 dildos, and they too good for Marvel movies now.
Well, Marvel money is Marvel money, and it's not like that bitch is getting another Oscar. Everybody hates her. Everybody hates Gwyneth Paltrow. Tell me, people like the whole of Hollywood does not hate her ass.
There's definitely a bit wrong with her.
I have nothing against her. She grew up rich. She doesn't understand not rich, so she has a very affluent taste, and she's just choosing not to hide that affluency in
There's
hokey.
Just certain things that she says though, and money can't buy intelligence. I named my daughter Apple because apples are wholesome and nutritious. So you're telling everybody to eat your kid. Awesome.
Well, you know that she went to that artsy school.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Money can't buy intelligence. Not at all.
Well, her kids are supposed to be somewhat smart, like super smart. And the funny thing is, she speaks multiple languages.
Yeah.
If you could understand that much, how could you not be quick? And I heard that she's kind of backstabbing too.
Yeah.
Like on the sly. Low key. She's low key. Well, she used to be low key until like Goop came out, and then you could kind of Goop came out and could say, but enough Gwyneth Paltrow, because trust me, she is not missed from this series. So let's get back into the review. We got a little lost there in Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, so my bad. So, and I think like overall, this movie didn't just succeed, it actually thrived in a way, and it did something like, there are certain things that Marvel is never good at. It found a way to succeed, and the thing it mined something it is good at, which is minor social commentary, and turn that into something that it is not good at, which is a decent villain, which we can argue about later, because I know that's what you're going to argue with me about.
The villains? No.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not the part I was going to argue with you
Okay,
about.
because I think it actually succeeded. So let's get into our review of the Civil Wars. So this is spoilers. If you are not prepared to deal with spoilers, get the fuck out. We'll see you after you watch the movie. We'll be here for you. And then you can listen to this. This is the discussion. This is the nitty gritty. This is the dirty panties on the shelf. Because you just, like 3 minutes ago, and somebody walked in. Let's talk.
I think that whoever did the visual effect, it actually created the virtual reality of a actual young Robert Downey Jr. Deserves a motherfucking Oscar because that shit was brilliant. That was Robert
scary.
Downey Jr. like less than zero Robert Downey Jr. I think he even had the fucking haircut.
A lot more drugs ago. A lot less drugs. Because I went online and I actually looked up the picture of him and I didn't realize how, like, if he didn't do drugs, what he would look like would be totally different.
He was actually on a lot of drugs back then. Like the worst of his drugs was really during like the 80s and the 90s. And that's why it blew my mind that he went clean. And he's one of those men that just, they look more attractive as they get older. Yeah, like I remember when I first saw him in Iron Man, I was like, wait, who that? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hell.
I'm surprised. I'm always surprised that Robert Downey Jr. actually came out with a career because most people would not have a career anymore.
Well, most people would have been dead by now with all the shit he was doing.
Yeah, I'm always surprised.
Best roles that he was known for were roles where he played a junkie while he was a junkie.
Well, now he's known for.
Now he's Iron Man, which is awesome. So kudos, sir.
And I think he actually plays other things really well too. He was a really great junkie Sherlock. Yes,
he was. Well, Sherlock Holmes was an opium eater. And like I think he was really awesome in Sherlock Holmes. I actually like rewatched that movie here and there.
I always thought like if Sherlock Holmes was a real person, that the reason why he did opium was because he possibly was autistic early and he was self-medicating to slow the world down.
I could see that. Also at the same time though, the author of Sherlock Holmes, whose name escapes me right now, was into spiritualism, and like he even showed like little glimpses of Sherlock being into spiritualism and looking for ghosts and stuff. And I could see someone that became sensitive from ghost hunting, so to speak, eating opium to either A, bring on more visions, or B, make visions go away.
Like what's his name? Constantine did?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just like wondering. It's like, whoo! It's like, can you feel the bloom of the comic book world? There's a total bloom happening right now. It's a bloom of topics about the comic book world. But I kind of feel like that we have finally opened the Marvel. It's a weird thing to say that I feel like this one has finally opened the Marvel door for the rest of the world.
I really am such a huge Marvel girl. Like I really am, and I get a lot of shit for it because I do like Batman and I love my Harley Quinn, but the Avengers are the shit.
Yeah, because I think that as a whole, like the rest of the world never really saw like the Marvel universe the way people who read the Marvel universe saw, and then realizing that how many characters in a book actually have names and backstories and huge history and huge lore. It's a bit like The Simpsons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, as we discussed how Gwyneth Paltrow isn't in it, which means that Pepper isn't in it. If you do a comic book comparison, in the comic books, after Civil War, Tony's memory is erased. So his whole relationship, and one of the incarnations of the story, his whole relationship with Pepper it's erased from his memory, including the events of Civil War.
Well, it could have been like the beginning of the erasure, because you remember he was showing that video of him trying to come to terms with his parents' death.
Yeah.
He could use that same device to do other things.
Yeah, his memory was given back to him, but there was still no Civil War. No Pepper.
Mm.
And he ends up
But
making Pepper a suit and whatnot. Because at this point, comic book wise, Pepper is Hera.
Here's the thing, though. I think that I want to see more of the Scarlet Witch. I've never really read that much about her.
Neither did I.
Scarlet Witch, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's Scarlet Witch, isn't it?
Mhm.
I really I really wanted the spider. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait,
Widow.
I have to acknowledge Spider-Man real fast. Matt ended up seeing the movie before I did. Your favorite little Twinkie, and he goes to me. He's like, Shar. He's like, I don't think Spider-Man's nuts dropped yet. I really was not happy about how high pitched the Spider-Man was.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be a teenager, and that's half the fun of. You know what I wish if
supposed to be a teenager, and the Spider-Man after that was supposed to be a teenager. So what is the next Spider-Man they're going to give us? Going to be 13?
They can't. They can't because they don't fully own the rights for it. I think they could have a Spider-Man cameo, but they couldn't have a Spider-Man. But if I was to pick, if there wasn't so many black dudes in this picture, I would have actually had Miles Morales as Spider-Man instead.
I could see that.
And I think like I would have dropped one of the black dudes and switched in Morales.
I don't know. Well, you can't drop Black Panther. You can't.
No, but you could have done well. No, because it would be on the wrong team. So yeah, I guess that doesn't work. I just want Miles. I actually really love Miles Morales' comics because it harkens back to the old 16-year-old, before a lot of the bull, and it's an opportunity to have, because there's two Spider-Mans running concurrently right now, which is the female Spider-Man and Miles Morales, I think.
Now, what I think is funny is that your twig made a comment about someone else's voice being high.
Oh, let's not comment about that. And his high and tight ass. So we're keeping moving.
It was a lot
of
fun. It was a lot of fun to watch. Watching movies with the Avengers feels like it feels like I'm reading Dragonlance all over again, and I'm walking with the companions. It's the same,
or like a homecoming. Yeah, it was the first movie that felt like a homecoming.
You're with your friends again, except Thor is missing, Hulk is missing, and ain't nobody eating shawarma at the end. So sad.
But you know what? Out of all the characters that you could do without, those are the two characters. If you were gonna have a civil war, they're the two outliers.
Yeah, they would have created.
Yeah, they're outliers. They're world-ending outliers. It's like having Superman in a book. I think there was a Superman Hulk thing, wasn't there?
Very, very long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and I believe that storyline no longer exists now.
There was a Superman Hulk thing. I remember. I don't know. Okay, but.
You gotta remember a lot of what we remember from comic books when we were younger, in the DC world and the Marvel world, no longer exists.
Yeah, they have all these Earths and Earth Earth 3, Earth 15, 67, 28, 29. It's like, just no more Earth. Just create another company, call it another name, and then just have your own fun. Seriously. Okay, but Scarlet. There's a Scarlet Witch, and then the other one
with Scarlet.
Yeah, Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow.
Scarlet in that mouth. That mouth. Sorry.
I could do two more. I could do a combo movie with them.
I could see that.
I could do a combo movie with them, and I could do a standalone movie of.
I was so happy they brought back Hawkeye. He really is my favorite Avenger.
I like Hawkeye. I like Hawkeye because he's a thinker.
Yeah.
I love the one he thinks. I love the way he thinks. It's like I always like characters. I always like characters in super worlds that have no powers. powers, which are like powers like negation, which basically means somebody can still shoot and kill you pretty easily, or somebody can still throw a rock at you really high powered and you still die.
Yeah.
They have to actually think their way out of problems instead of just, whoa!
No, Ant-Man kind of got on my nerves in this movie. It just felt like there was really, I didn't feel a real point to him. I think it was like, well, hell, let's just throw him in so we can have more.
Ant-Man is the second most popular. It's the second or first highest rated Marvel film.
I didn't really care for Ant-Man. He's never been a favorite of mine.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it actually has 7.4. So it's like 3 or 4 on the chart. It's actually very, very, very high rated. And I think that's why Ant-Man was there. And it actually did pretty good box.
Yeah.
That they actually spent on the film. I mean, for Marvel to only spend I think it was like $50,000 on a movie, on a Superman movie, and get back $30,000 and get back $500,000, not bad. Not to mention, every time he appears in something, you pump Ant-Man again.
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling him. I don't feel that he fit in with the banter. Like even little boy Spider-Man fit in with the banter.
I think little boy Spider-Man. Little boy Spider-Man was always like, "Hey, I'm here. What's up, guys? Hey, can we hang out? Can I get your autograph, dude?" He was adorable, and it actually really I think part of the problem with a lot of these Spider-Man, even Tobey Maguire's, which is my favorite Spider-Man today,
my favorite too,
is that he didn't have that naive snarkiness to him, because there's different types of snarkiness.
Yeah.
There's innocent snarkiness where you're like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" There's something about it, and it's sort of quippy. There was not snark, but quippiness.
I love how Tony Stark kept checking out Aunt May.
I could totally see them hooking up, though. I could totally see him banging Aunt May. Yeah. They were in a bunch of movies together.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the movies they were in, but everybody was talking about how they were in a bunch of movies. So that whole chemistry was real, because he banged her. He's been a couple movies banging her. But yeah, let's talk about the bad guy.
Okay.
The multiple bad guy levels. The weird badness.
I love that. It added so much suspense to it. On top of everything else. They're funny. The movie is funny. It's adrenaline pacing. It's awesome. And then there's suspense, genuine suspense. And it wasn't how I am normally with Marvel movies, where I'm just
reminded me of a 24.
You know where it's at.
Over 24.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
24 is sort of not really spy, because Captain America, his whole thing is almost Cold War spy-ish sort of thing vibe.
It kind of reminds me of sort of slightly Kingsman Secret Service. Kind of.
A bit. Yeah. What it did is actually, it's more realistic than Kingsman. There was this the consequences of blowing up somebody's life. I think it was almost a lot of people don't realize it, but I think they were talking about drone strikes.
Yeah. I do have a question, though. Whose side were you on? Tony's or Captain's?
I was actually on Captain's.
See, I was on Tony's.
I was actually on Captain's. Okay. And here's why I was on Captain's
This is where I knew that we were going to battle. Go ahead.
That was coming. Because he was right in saying that they should have to deal with the consequences of their actions, and they should be the arbiters of where they show up and where they don't. Yes, there should be some communication with these countries, but at the same time, they've already been subverted once already. and taking it to the UN won't change the fact that it will be subverted again. It's just putting a layer of deniability to their own responsibility for their own actions.
I don't know. I think I'm on Tony's side because I do think that they showed examples of why they might need to be reined in just a bit.
I mean, you know, the scene that they showed with the person blowing up, no matter what, like 20 or 30 people were going to die. It was going to be more than 20 or 30. It was going to be everybody surrounded. That was like 100 or something people that were surrounding them. You remember?
But was it? I thought it was more than 20 or 30 people. The whole thing is that there was a different way of approaching that situation without all those people dying and thinking about the fact that you are in a city and there are people there.
I mean, no matter what, there was going to be a lot of people dying because it was a biological weapon they were stealing.
And it's not just that. I mean, look at how that even the Civil War itself got out of control when what's his face is pretty much, you know, well, no longer, but you know, he was seriously injured in the end.
Yeah.
You know, like
well, he's still injured because we don't know if he'll ever be able to walk without assistance.
But it's like, you know, it shows that to a point. You know, yes, with power comes responsibility, but you know, sometimes some power needs to be checked. Like, what if Thor and Hulk were involved in all that?
No, I actually
think there would have been a lot more deaths.
I actually agree with you there. I think it would have been like not even just a lot more, lot more. If you were to pick who to take out of a series like that, that's who I would take out because way too much power. I think
yeah.
It's picked up the hammer.
Yes.
I can't remember who has picked up the hammer.
Iron Man's been trying
Deadpool has picked up the hammer.
Yeah, Tony has tried more than once to pick up the hammer. Yeah. Last check, Tony's still trying to pick up that damn hammer.
Yeah, but the weird thing is I think Hulk picked it up like easily too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mjolnir. Can't even say it. Mjolnir. Okay. I don't know. I don't. I really like the way it's going right now. I like the way the series is moving. I like the way it's evolving. It reminds me a lot of the way The Simpsons evolved over time to be a universe opposed to just a cartoon.
I've been watching The Simpsons since I was like 6 years old. On the Casey Ullman show.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen with Harry Potter is it's going to turn into a universe of Harry Potter opposed to a Harry Potter book.
Well, I thought it already pretty much turned into a universe with like the birth of Pottermore and all that.
But Pottermore wasn't the whole Pottermore thing was a, you know,
it was a disappointment.
A way to hold an audience.
Everybody wanted like access, wanted beta access to Pottermore, and then when we got into Pottermore, we're just all like, "Oh,
what the heck are we doing
like,
here?"
We accepted like some kind of like what is it? Like some kind of like literary MMO.
Or
we get to walk through the world of Harry Potter, and it was a lot of us kids were I can't say kids, a lot of us were adults, but we're disappointed that we walked through the world of Harry Potter.
I think at some point they're going to have that, though. I think at some point they're going to have a series where Harry Potter.
Back then it would have been the best time.
I don't think she was ready to make that kind of commitment to storyline and sitting down with somebody and going, because it took her years to fill in all those books. And because like in the subsequent years, she's filled in all the monsters, all the books, all the things, all the side bits and pieces of building that she's done. Like, and people bought the books, yeah, but it sounded like she was researching for something else and just charging people to see it happen. You know what I mean? I like when she said she was coming out with another book and she was also coming out with this, I wasn't exactly surprised because for years now she has been dropping shit, like tons of shit.
Yeah.
For like Richie Ritz's and whatnot, but she's been dropping a lot of research notes. And I know because I have the same kind of world building, not as thorough as her, but I have the same kind of stuff. I know when somebody's researching a book, you know, and building out a world, you can tell. Plus, she has this whole thing where she's going to the United States, so maybe it's going to be more. Other people are going to be more people are going to be invited to write in the Harry Potter universe.
Cool. Well, she already the James Potter series is written by a fan, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I read
know
bits
we've
and
mentioned
pieces
it on here before.
Of it. I'm not exactly excited about it because I kind of want the next Harry Potter series to. I want the I think it is to be the head person.
Oh, you mean Lily?
Yeah,
not you, Lily. Lily Potter.
Yeah. Well, no, Lily. No. I thought Rose was Hermione's daughter.
Rose. Sorry, Lily is Ginny and Harry. Sorry.
You know what sucks though is that Rose can't hook up with Vic to finally become a poster. I just realized that, and that would be ew.
Yeah.
This is not anime, damn it. Anime where you can get away with that. Okay, well we're gonna wrap it up. I think we spoiled this book. Part at the end, wasn't that poetic?
Yes. With
the thing, I have to walk away from this because it's consuming me. Hello, drone strikes. Yes. This hate is consuming me.
Did you sit through the credits?
Thing, yeah, with the Wakanda thing at the end and the whole thing, and they're talking and stuff, and the witch doesn't look as sick as she used to look, and yeah.
Well, and also the whole like little Peter Parker explaining why his ass is beat. And she's like, "Who beat you up?" And like he pretty much was like Captain America, but used his real name. Where's he? Oh, you don't know him. He's from Brooklyn.
He was adorable, though. He was adorable, and he actually reminded me of not to dress up as Spider-Man because he's so cute.
I could ask. I'll ask him right now.
He dress up like Spider-Man. Okay. Update on Matt dressing up as Spider-Man to fulfill my Twinkie needs. and thank you so much for joining us. We enjoy you. Come up with a book that both of us can read, and we can do another group book. I don't think it's going to be Harry Potter though, because Harry Potter's a little bit farther off. We'll try and come up with something we can read as a group together. I know that Boo is going to read. What are you going to read?
I have a list. I have the latest Chronicles of Nick and Vision, which came out May 3rd. I have book 4 of Chicagoland. I have book 2 of Mercy Thompson. And I know you guys think, oh, it's going to be a long time for this, but she'd be done. Actually, believe it or not, I could probably finish all of them within like a week and a half. I read a lot of, we both, O and I both read a lot of books like per week. So
yes. And we don't get, like, when it comes to urban fantasy, if we don't get on track, we actually go faster through urban fantasy than we do the corny books.
Yeah. So it can happen.
But okay, the series that both of us might like and that you guys can read, because I know that we got a comment a while ago on one of our series that we read, and you guys like that, and we'll do what you want. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week. For subscribing. And thank you so much, so much, so much, so much, so much. Peace out. See you next read. Okay.